I have a 3D project for you today for our Fun Fold Friday. In today's video, I am going to show you how to make a box that will fit a small strawberry breakfast bar. I'm also going to have a diagram that shows all the scoring and cutting marks, and that will be posted on my blog, creatingwithkristina.com. Welcome everyone. Happy Friday to everyone. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kristina Reese. This is Creating with Kristina. I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my Facebook page at 9 a.m. in the morning Central Time. Also, if this is your first time joining me, if you're watching me on Facebook, don't forget to go to your notifications and click that you want to see when I go live each time. And if you're catching me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And there's also a little bell that you can hit so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, before we get started, I just want to say, thank you so much, Debbie Spicer. And you are here this morning. I see you there. I see Debbie and Janet and Dorothy and Linda and Colleen. Good morning, all of you. But I want to show you, hold on, let me switch cameras, this beautiful card. I got this in the mail yesterday. Look how beautiful that is. Debbie created this card for me, and it really made my day. Thank you so much. You are so sweet. Okay, let's get on with today's box. So, the first thing we need to do is get our measurements and all of our paper cut out. So, here is our diagram, and let me see if I can't get that in a little closer for you. There you go. I've highlighted the lengths of the cutting, the piece of cardstock. So the one side is 5 3/4 and the other side is 5 1/2. So a 5 1/2 by 5 3/4 piece of cardstock. Then on the short side, we're cutting it 1/2 inch, 2 1/2 inch, 3 inch, and 5 1/2 inch. And on the long side, we're cutting it 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 5 1/4 inch. And like I said, this diagram and all this pink is where you cut. This diagram is going to be on my blog today. So don't worry about writing anything down. You can check it all out there. All right, so we're going to have a red box. And then on our box, we are going to create this cute little panel. Okay. And we're going to decorate this. Oh, I forgot to show you the box. Here it is. Here's this little box. So this is what we're creating today. Is that not just the cutest? I just love this. I'm even going to show you how to do this splatter right here. All right, let's get started. So I've already cut the cardstock at 5 1/2 and 5 3/4. Okay, so I've already done that part. Now, this is my 5 1/2. And this is my 5 3/4. And it tells us on the long side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay. And then at 1 inch. And like I said, I'll have all this on my blog, so you don't have to worry about writing it down. And then 5 1/4. All right. So basically what I've done is I've created, let's see if I can, you really can't see the, well, there you go. I've created 2 1/2 inch score marks here and 1 1/2 inch over here. All right, now we're going to turn it. And on the 5 1/2 inch side, we're going to score it at, hold on, let me turn my diagram around here. The first one is at 1/2 inch. Okay. The next one is at 2 1/2. The next one is at 3. And the last one is at 5, not 5 1/2. Yeah, I need to rewrite that. At 5, not 5 1/2, 5. Okay, there we go. That's right, at 5. So I need to correct that on this little guy here. It's just 5 inches. All right, there we go. And so now we have the same thing. We've got a 1/2 inch thing here, a 1/2 inch in the center, and a 1/2 inch on the end. So these are all little 1/2 inch scoring sections. Now that I have all of that done, now we're going to do some cutting. And here's my diagram right here. So I have my 5.5 up here at the top. Okay, so this is my 5.5. And I'm going to cut this rectangle out, this rectangle out, this little square out. I'm going to cut this, and I'm also going to cut this square out. So let me flip it around so I can cut it correctly and bring this here so I don't forget what I'm doing. Okay. Actually, I'm going to turn this around also so that I do it correctly. Yeah, we want it this way. Okay, so we have the 2 1/2 inch sections here at the bottom, and we're going to cut this rectangle out. Okay, whoops. And this rectangle out. Okay. Then up here, it tells us to cut this little square out. Okay. And then I've got these diagonal marks here, and this tells us to, cut so that we, so it's easy to tuck this piece in, and we don't have those corners in the way. Now this piece here, we're going to put adhesive on, okay? Now, down here, we're going to cut this big rectangle out right here. Let's see. Mima is barely here. Hello. Hi, Mima. How are you doing this morning? Yes. And here we go. We cut this out. All right. Now we've got that one off. Now this here, whoops, out of the camera. This piece here is just this little square right here. So we're just going to cut this little square out, not the whole part. Okay. So now we have like a stair step right there. Then we are going to... Oh, also cut this little square off. Okay. Okay, and we want to cut these corners off so this tucks in easily. Okay. And we also, now we're not cutting the square off, but we are cutting into making these 2 little flaps right here. Okay, so we're making two little flaps right there to tuck in. All right, we've got that. Oh, and turn it around. The other side, the bottom of the box, we need to snip up, make all of these so that they fold. And we will create the bottom of the box here. Oh, and we've already cut that square off. Okay, so we have these flaps now over here on this side. Okay? All right. Like I said, this diagram is going to be on the blog, a picture of it, nice for you to have. All right, we're going to move that out of the way. Move all this out of the way and get out our adhesive. Now, you need a very strong adhesive. So, the strongest adhesive besides the liquid glue, the next strongest is our tear and tape. Okay, this tear and tape here. Now, our Stamp and Seal Plus is also very, very strong. However, I don't have any. I have not purchased any. Yet, so, but I do because I have this tear and tape still. All right, so we're going to put this tear and tape right here on this piece. All right, and I have a secret for tearing this instead of cutting it with your scissors. Here we go. You need like a straight edge plastic, maybe a credit card or something. This ruler I have here, but you just hold it down like that and then tear it back like that, and it tears off real easy without tearing your paper. All right, so we have this piece, and here we go. The best way to get this up is with a piercing tool, and you just bend that back, and now it tears off. Okay, and oh, I forgot to bend all of these score marks. It'd been easier if I'd done that first, but that's okay. We can do it now. Okay, and all right, so oops. Okay, it's hard to bend it with a sticky there, but there we go. just going to make sure our box is even. There we go, good. Okay, so now we've created this part of our box, okay? Let's put the bottom together. So we're going to fold in these two ends here and fold this piece in, and then we're going to put adhesive back here and fold that down. So let me get some tear and tape for this piece. And like I said, if you just use a little piece of plastic, like a credit card or a ruler, it tears off real easy that way. Okay, and once again, we need to get that piece off. Okay, and now we're just going to fold that over, and that will, you do want to get down in there and see if you can like stick it. So I'm going to use my bone folder and kind of like secure the tape down there. There we go. That looks real good. All right, so far so good. Yeah. And here's our little Nutri-Grain bar, our little cereal bar, and that just goes right in there. I'm going to tuck that in the back so that the wrapping paper gets tucked inside. And there we go. And it just fits in there perfect like that. And this part just tucks right in like that. And there we have our little box. All right, to keep the lid down, I've thought that twine would be a really good idea, and let me get my twine. And here we go. So I just kind of measure it like this. There, that's plenty. Oops, stay shut, little guy. All right. And I need my clamping tweezers to hold that for me while I'm tying. Come on. There we go. Yay! Okay, and then you can just kind of adjust it so that the bow is on top. There we go. All right, so now that we have our box made, yeah, sticky always gets in the way. It sure does, Debbie. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like these boxes. I'm always hesitant to do something different. I usually do cards on Friday, but I just thought this was the cutest thing. And we've got Valentine's coming up, so these are just some fun ways. You know, your gifts don't have to be expensive when you wrap them up in really beautiful packaging. And that's what we're doing. All right, let's create this really fun panel now. All right, so these two pieces, and like I said, the measurements will be on the blog. This is, hold on, where am I? My yellow piece. Okay, my white piece, 1 7/8 and 4 1/8. And the Daffodil Delight, oh no, I'm sorry, that's the Daffodil Delight, 1 7/8 by 4 1/8. The white is 1 3/4 by 4. So basically what we're going to do is we have 1 3/4 by 4, and then we made the Daffodil Delight just big enough so that a little bit of the edge will show, okay? And we don't need it right now. We've got to do this part first. The first thing we're going to do, oh, and I didn't even tell you, so we're using this stamp set, Sweet Strawberries, and don't forget, we've got a matching stamp set and paper in the Sale-A-Bration brochure. So I'm using Sweet Strawberry, and the first thing I'm going to do, where's my black mementos, is I'm going to stamp this beautiful, well, here, it's easier to see on the box, this piece right here. We're going to stamp this upside down, well, yeah, upside down, hanging from the top of our panel here, okay, and, yeah. Oh, you know what else I need? I need my piercing pad. There we go. I got lucky on that one. Sometimes. Now, what do I want to do next? Let's stamp the sentiment, and you definitely want to make sure you get all this stamping done before you put it on the box, because once you put it on the box, it's almost impossible to stamp. All right, and then that was so sweet of you. So this is a thank you gift. Okay, and now, okay, have you ever splattered paint or ink on your project. This is so fun. I love this. So you want the paintbrush side, and you can do this with the Stampin' Blends or the Stampin' Writes, the watercolor markers. And all you do is you take your brush and the edge, well, let me get up here in the camera, edge of the cap, and just flick it. Now let me show you up close what it looks like. Isn't that cool? I just love that. I think that's so neat. Okay. So we have splattered ink on there. We want our leaves in Granny Apple Green. And so I'm going to quickly color my leaves. Just not even hardly taking any time to be careful. I don't want this video to be too long. But I am so ready for strawberry season, for summer. Our daffodils are coming up. Here in Texas, I think spring will be here next week. We have the shortest winter in anything. The shortest winter and spring, because by March, we get June weather. We get summer. Isn't that crazy? Though, for those people who like warm, it's great. And I do. I like warm. I like winter if I have good winter clothing. Like if I don't mind being outside in the cold if I've got a good scarf and hat and everything. But definitely ready for summer. Not the hot, hot summer. Our August here in Texas is just unbearable. It is, that's the highest electric bill we have. It's ridiculous because it's just so freaking hot. Okay, we colored our leaves in Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see a little better. Yeah, I've learned my I've learned how to do that on my camera stuff. So, and then we want, oh, I forgot to get the Daffodil Delight. We want the center of our flowers to be yellow, to pick up the yellow in the cardstock that we're putting in the back. Okay, so there's my yellow. All right, and now we need a strawberry. So let me pull out my scrap. Okay, I had a scrap. Where'd my scrap go? There it is. And my strawberry. And I love this stamp set because you don't actually have to color the strawberries. You can use your ink pads to color it. So let me get the strawberry on here. Okay, and show you what I mean. And I also need the little top to the strawberry on here. There we go. So put those over there. And now, watch this. This is so cool. So I'm going to get my Real Red out. And this strawberry is my color filler strawberry. And I just tap, 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 and then I line it up. And because it's photopolymer, you can see through it. Voila, colored. And it's shaded also. This is one of those distinctive stamps where it does the shading for you. Is that just not the coolest? I love it. I love it. Okay, and then here is the Granny Apple Green one, the leaf. So let me close this. Whoa, throwing everything around. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Debbie, splattering with the blends. Yeah, it's both of them. I mean, they both look pretty much the same when you do it, but since I had my blends out, I thought I'd use those. Okay, and there's the leaf. All right, now the next thing is we also do not have to fussy cut. I like it when we don't have to fussy cut. Okay, the first one is the strawberry. Okay, whoops, let me turn that over so I can see it better. Okay. And just line that up. Okay, and then the leaf. Whoops, need to trim that down. Okay. Tell you what, when you have a shaky hand, sometimes it's hard to do this. There we go. I know my thyroid. I think the COVID really messed up my thyroid. I'm going next week to have all my blood work done again because I'm shaking real bad and I'm just hot all the time. My heart rate is staying in the 90s and 100s all day long. Even when I woke up this morning, I mean resting heart rate this morning, my heart rate was 94. I was like, good grief. So I definitely know my thyroid is acting up. No fun. But nothing a little medicine can't help. Isn't that terrible? All right, here we go. So we have, now also when you're putting on this little top to the strawberry here, I found the glue dot was much easier. It's than trying to get a wee bit of adhesive there or the tape runner on there, because it's just a little bitty piece. So just put a little glue dot there. Okay, and that just goes right. Whoops, of course I can't. Come here, little guy. All right, let's try this again. There we go. Get my hands on it. There. Okay, now our little strawberry has a top. And of course our strawberry needs to be put on with dimensionals. I just love dimensionals. And we only really need one. There we go. What time are we at? Oh, 20 minutes, darn. Okay, trying to speed up here a little bit. What have I got in my sleeve? Okay, here we go. And I'm just gonna like put, let's see, I really didn't want to have to cover up those flowers there. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to. All right, well, whatever. Yeah, I can't decide. All right, just stick it down. Just stick it down. Okay, there we go. We've got that top. Now we're going to adhere this to this piece here. And yeah, that's right. I think, yeah. And remember, when you use this, you turn it back and flick it. And that way none of the sticky gets down in there and messes up the tape runner. Okay, and then you just real carefully line that up, make sure that's even there. Yay! And last but not least, we're going to stick it on our box. And so if you had like a little happy birthday stamp, that would be really cute right there. Or a little happy Valentine's, if you had a little happy Valentine's stamp. There. And we are done. So now I have 2 of them. I hope you guys liked the box this morning. I sure appreciate all of you coming and watching today. And like I said, don't forget, over on my blog, Creating with Kristina, I'm going to have a picture of this diagram here, and also all the measurements and all the steps and all the supplies that you need. Let me think. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to subscribe, and if you're watching on Facebook, to set your notifications so that you'll see me. Also on my Facebook, I do have a private group for my customers. So if you would like to be a part of that group, just click the little button there, and I have to approve you though, so but no problems there. I love it. Okay. It's the weekend. It is. Happy Friday. You all have an awesome weekend, and I will see you Monday here with another card tutorial. Okay? Bye, you guys.